Hi, Dave Snyder here. It is July the 22nd, 2012. And what I do usually is I do reverse image overlays of the moon's surface over the Earth. And I've been doing it for a couple years now, and some pretty incredible results, especially since I acquired this image off of Google Images. This is a picture of Mare Orientale, a big crater on the moon. It's absolutely not this big on the moon, but that's how big it really is on the moon, I should say. At least I think so. I mean, you can see the print here, and you can see how it fits here, right? I align this. I like to start the videos off with this one sometimes because this is the best one that I found, best fit I found so far. Well, not really the best fit, I guess. They're all really good fits. I mean, but this one here, I did without the borders on. When I set this crater in place, I didn't use the borders to do it. I didn't even realize that that would help me until pretty much after I did this. Okay, I turned the borders on the evening the following evening that I did the overlay to show a friend, and this is what happened when I turned the borders on. I mean, there's no way I could plan that any better. I mean, really. That's how it happens, pretty much by accident. The big ones, the good ones, come by accident. Let me just show you. I got about a whole bunch of this crater. This crater hits the Earth a lot right here. This is Mare Orientale again, and this crater hits the Earth a lot apparently. And it's helped me rebuild the supercontinent. That's what I'm going to show you too in this video. That's the rebuilding. This is just basically a common sense view. I might make mistakes in this video. I might not. Some things may not be right, but this is a common sense view of the way I see things. On the Earth, and this is the way you really. I mean, there's got to be an answer for it, and the only answer I could think of is the moon hitting the Earth a bunch of times, and not just this crater either, but this one a lot. There used to be a cycle, apparently, where this crater hit again and again and again, just over and over, in a cycle, probably the same time span apart, but the same side of the moon would hit the same spot on the Earth pretty much. The supercontinent, as the supercontinent, it would hit the supercontinent, almost, not always in the same spot, but always hitting the supercontinent every time. Okay, so let me just start with this one. This is number one. I call this number one, and that's right here in South America. See that? Now you can see how this I don't know. See, by the time the video gets to YouTube, I don't know why it doesn't come out that clear, and you may not be able to see the detail. I'm using a 42-inch screen, so I can see the detail pretty well. So if you're using a 20-inch, you're going to need to go to full screen if you really want to see what I'm talking about here on most of this stuff. I'll try to go slow. The video might be long. And but I got to cover a lot of stuff here. And I want to show you the details of all of these fits, pretty much. Okay. Well, you can take a look at this one. Look at all the way down South America. You can see how it fits. Look at this right here. All these details. We turn the borders off for a little bit. See all this? Okay. You see the line comes up through here. And you can see all the other lines right in the same spot. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. It's hard. I know it takes practice looking at it, but I'm trying to go slow so you can get a view of all the lines, how all the lines are there. All these lines are here. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Some of them might be just a little tiny bit off, but this one right here, not really. This one's pretty good. Okay, so that fits there. And now what I'm going to do is just have this one crater appear for a minute, and then I'm just going to put other continents in place as a super. Well, maybe I should do that afterwards. No, I'll do it now. Do it right now. Okay, so I'm going to add in Asia and China first. Okay, now we can see the same impact crater fitting in China and Asia. I didn't move the crater. It's still the same one that's over South America. All I did was bring Asia, South America over to this spot. And these are all reversed images of the moon. They're all reversed, so they're how they're supposed to be. Okay, so this is the way it would be. This is the same impact on the supercontinent, and this is the way the two continents were together. Asia and South America were together just like I got them up here. Now let me take the crater away for a minute. Just take a look at this alone. China over South America. And I'm not saying it was on top. I don't know what the order of the levels were, But you can see the Aral Sea there. You can see where the Aral Sea is there. Come on. See this up here? This is the Aral Sea. There's the Caspian. And we can see. Look at that. We can pretty much see they're close. They're close to being right on right there. Okay, so those continents, the continents were layered. When the supercontinent was created, it was a layer at a time. I do believe it was a layer at a time. Each time the moon would impact the Earth, it would create a layer of a continent, basically, and then it would be hit again. And then it would create another layer, and so on, until they broke apart, basically by the moon impacting the Earth, breaking them apart. Okay, but we have the prints all over the continents, all over the place here. Okay, so you can see how that fits there. And then I have a generic map of South America right here, just to show you that the Caspian right there is in the right spot. Pretty much, you can see that it's the same thing. That's the same thing as the Caspian. You got to see that, right? Look at the curve of this one. It might not be perfectly aligned, but this curve, and then it comes down to like a flatter area. Look at this. Same thing. This curve is just, oh, it needs to be over a little bit right there, but I'm not going to adjust it. It's just for display, pretty much, so you can see what I'm talking about the Caspian. So they were together. You can see that they were together. Okay, and look at this right here. You can see this. Look at the Andes right here. Look. Okay, they go right around that. Look at that desert. The desert is this. This is a desert today. A lot of it is. There's a desert there. It's like the driest place on Earth. And look, you can see that's it came right. It used to be over the top of a desert. See this line? Look at this line right here. Look at this line. Okay, so that right there is something that I've never been told before, is that the continents were layered all over on top of each other like this. I've never been told that on any documentary I've ever seen. Has never really said anything like that. They've always been connected, and they just broke apart. That's the way they say it. So you can see, as I show you right here, these are all Google images or Google Earth images that I'm using. They're right off the same thing I'm putting them onto. So you know, that's something anybody can do. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do it. And then bring the impact back again. Mare Oriental, reverse. Same one I had up. This is the same one. I haven't changed it at all. Look at that. Okay. So that right there impacts that. Now I'm going to add another continent to it. I'll put Africa in there. Africa, right here. Okay. With the same impact, right there. Okay. Let me just put this impact on top first. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay. And we can see in Africa how it shapes Africa right there pretty much. And then it hits there. It's got the print. The print is there in Africa. Right there. So it's the same one. This crater hits the supercontinent. It hits Africa and hits China, or Asia, and it hits South America. Okay, now here I'm going to put in North America now. Okay, North America. I'm going to put that crater back on the top. Same one. Oop, went too far yet. Okay, same impact. North America. Okay, mostly Canada in this one, but you can see it goes all the way down. All this stuff fits in place with that print. It's the same print. Okay, that's the same print. And you can see all these this shape right here, all in Canada, right over here. You see the same shapes in Canada right here. All this up here. It hits all these continents at one time. And now I'm not going to use Australia. We might do that at the end if the video's not too long. I might do that at the end, but I'm not going to use Antarctica or Australia in this, description. Probably not much of Europe either. Just Russia. Okay, so, or Asia, I mean. Okay, so that covers pretty much all of that one right there. That crater, we can put it all. See how it fits in North America, just like that. Really well. You see the lines of the mountains. Look at the mountains that run along that line right there. Zoom in a little bit so you can see something here. Everything's really close to being right on. I tried my hardest to get it best I could for this. Okay, now I'll take this. Go ahead and take off North America, and I'll leave the crater up so we can go over Africa or something a little bit better here. Turn off Africa. Turn off. America. And we'll just go to the next one because I don't want the video to be too long. But you see what I mean on that crater. That crater is important. That's a big one that covers all the continents pretty much. And I'm sure the other two I'm leaving out covers that pretty much. Okay, so now the next one would be number 2, I guess. Let's go to that one. Okay, so number 2 with the borders over South America. Okay, like this. Now look at it all up here in Central America. All of this stuff is in the borders. Just right. See the line, this line and everything that comes up over here. All that's there. Okay, and I'll turn the borders off and we'll go through it a little bit. See, now I can see the oval shape up here already. I can see some part of that oval, but they cover it up with clouds a lot. Look at that, but you can see it. Look at it. That's without the overlay, and you can see right there. There is an oval shape right here, but they're covering up with clouds. That's how they hide things. They don't want it. It's not completely hidden from us, but that's how they hide things, just like that. And you can see it right now. That's Google Earth, and then you can see right where it would be with the clouds in the way. Okay. And you can see like this spot here, right? Okay, you see something that all over the whole thing. You can see the things are pretty close to being right on. The shapes are the same. You can't deny that. Got that little spot there where it hits right there on the coast, and you can see it leaves something there. Okay, and you can see all this stuff's the right shape. See what I mean? And you see something in all these clouds where they're covering it all up in there too. Like, see, there is a circle there. Okay, and just look at this crater here. See what I mean? Definitely there. And look at over here. See how the land curves like this. See the curve in the land. Look right here. And look at it. Look at the rest of it. Look at this. It has like a line. It has like a line that comes across right here. So somewhat. God, my mouse is starting to screw up on me. All right. And you see how that is. I mean, you can see how that is. This image is not very clear of the moon. Look at. They don't give us any sharp detail, and we know they have it. This image, they have this image. This is from them. But look at the detail of it. They don't give you no sharpness. You know they have the high resolution images. They know exactly what's going on with this. And you know the reason why you ask the reason why you don't know. Well, that has a lot to do with greed. Because with knowing this and how the continents were put together would point out a lot of things to make people a lot of money. Okay, so that could have a lot to do with why you're not told, and maybe it has to do with people don't want to, I don't know, live knowing the truth. I mean, knowing the truth and having to know that, I don't know, maybe it bums some people out. I have no idea. Maybe it's something to do with religion. I couldn't tell you, but I to myself I like to know the truth, so I look deeper into things. When I just can't get a straight answer from some, like the documentaries on TV or anything like that, I go myself to look, you know, and I just saw a few things that led me this way. So you see that with the borders again. Okay, then I'm going to put in other continents again with this one. Oh, let's see. We'll put in China again, same China. Okay, I'll put that over the top, or Asia, I mean. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Pretty much got the Aral Sea, the Caspian, all in the center of this one. This one might be just a little bit off, but it's not really. See how the line comes down here? Look, right here. Watch that line. And you see this point coming down like this. This is right there. Straight right to that volcano opening. Lake, it's probably a lake now or something. They probably call it a lake, but it's a volcano. Look at this up here. Look at this. All this area. You can see the curl, like this curl right here, watch. You see exactly what I'm talking about right there. I know you do. I mean, you should. Should be able to see that. Okay, so we'll go on to the next one. And I mean, I can zoom in, and like right here, there'd be, I think there's yeah, right there, there's that crater. You'll see that crater. Now, this being an overlay of Asia, I won't be able to zoom in and get sharp details, so I'm not even going to go try to zoom in and show you that. You'll have to go over to, you know, where Asia is today and look there and see. That's what I usually do. Okay, so next one, we'll go to North America. Put that in place. North America. Over South America. See, I'm doing this over South America. I don't think any of this happened here in this location. I'm just building it over South America because it's easy to do it here. It all happened over here in the Pacific, where you see that's I mean, come on, people. Use your common sense here in this location on the Earth. Just try to use your common sense. Why is this subduction area like this? Why is this the deepest location on the planet? Why is that? Why? Okay. All this area right here, all this is subduction from being impacted on this side of the Earth, right? The continents may not be there any longer, but they were there, and now I'm just putting them back together, and I'm just doing it over South America because it's the easiest place for me to do it. It's like right in the middle of the Earth, and the pictures won't, you know, when you go towards the poles, the pictures start to shrink and deform, so I can't build it there anywhere else but here. Really, it does real good here. Okay, now. This is the third, or wait, we're still on the second one. See, it's going to be a long video. Okay, so here you go. Bring that to the top. And just take a look how it fits over Canada, North America, and over Asia. We can see. Same impact. That's the same impact right there. So it used to hit the supercontinent. I'm going to put in North America and all that, or I already did. I'm going to put in Africa and all that too into this one. So it hits it all. It hits pretty much all of them. But you can see the shape of that crater there. When I fade it in and out, look at this right here. See this round? There's like a round area right here. Look, right here. Behind it, there's this big round crater in. Right here, this big round crater. Look in Canada, right in North America, right here. Look at this, the big giant circle, right here with the center being an old volcano. Of course, that's an old volcano. It might be a lake now, but it used to be a volcano. That's a volcano opening. For sure. Okay. And you can see the rest of the shapes. All this, look right here. Look at this. They all fit right in those mountains, real well. Okay. Very well. Okay, so we're still on number 2, and put in Africa. I still got to put in Africa, right? Africa is not usually too major of a. I mean, I guess it is. I guess it is a major part of it. Look, that is right there for sure. Now you see like this round area here. This is the round circle area right here. You see the same. See that shape right in the center there. This area here, which is kind of separate from the rest of the impact actually. I mean, it's not separate, but it's like sets itself apart with its borders. You know what I mean? See that? Look at all this. You know, of course, they've pixelated a lot of this land, areas where it's critical. That's what Google Earth does. They do not want you to figure this out. You know, you can do it, but they're going to make you work for it for sure. And you're going to have to get lucky with some images that and you're going to have to practice looking at them. Look at this line. See this line right here? This line that comes across. There's like a straight line here. You can see it. Okay, look right here. Same thing. Okay. I mean, everything fits. Like, you don't see the oval circle there, but you see how it would fit right in there, right? They don't show you, but you can see how it does have sort of a curve right here, and it does have like a spot where it would go right there, right? Okay, well, that's number 2. We're done with number 2. Oh, sorry. If you hear any background noise like wind noise in the microphone, I'm sorry, but it's like 90 degrees here at 10 o'clock at night in California tonight. That's in my room, sitting here at my computer. But I got it down to 86 with the fan on. Okay, so it's kind of hot. Okay, so we can see that. Okay, now there's still some interesting ones left, so just hang tight. I'm going to turn all these back off. Some of the best ones are yet to come. Okay, so Central America, we could do that one too. This one shows that basically that North America wasn't here. I don't think it was there when this impact took place. I don't think it was. It's possible that the western half could have been there. I'm not sure. Or the eastern half might have been there. But from what it looks like to me is when I put North America back down over South America, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, turn the borders on this one. Okay, on this one we can see this curve right here. See the curve? Right here? Okay, that fits pretty good, pretty tightly in there, right? I mean, that fits pretty good. Okay, and then you can see how the borders go around some other things like the Gulf of Mexico here. There's something that definitely there in that Gulf. Okay, and then we just fade it in and out a couple times. And we could definitely see something's borders, an impact or something borders on this to the land right here. And that's it. That's what it is. You can see that border of the crater there. And then you can see another layer of green from here to there. Right? This is all dark green. This is all the Amazon and the jungle and stuff, I guess. A lot of it anyway. So we can see that was probably washed. You can see the next line right here, about right here. So that's the, goes to about right there. And then who knows? I mean, that's just one of my observations there. But definitely to this line for sure. So you see that line, and we see all the other borders fit in there pretty good. And then we can see, I'll bring North America up there. Okay, and in North America we can kind of see that Alaska was there because we can see that like this shape here. Look right in here. See that like square? It's kind of a rectangular shaped crater there. Okay, that fits in there pretty good, and you can see how this middle is there. Then it comes down on this side too. Okay, on that picture, and then you can see a crater here, and you can see something there in that spot there, like there's probably a big mountain or something there. It creates a crater. Okay, and you can see like this turn, somewhat of a turn here, like this. You can see that there, with this right in the center. See that right there on the coast there, with that right there. And I mean, there's just a lot of things that show like this. Even that spot right there, being just happening, falling right in place over that volcano opening, just shows us something. Then you can see the border up here of Alaska. Right? And I'm sure if you go to Alaska, there's going to be like a V right there, like a V cut right there somewhere up there. Here, we'll go look. Let's see if we can get something up here. Come on. Could be right there. See that? See this right here, this triangular, this shape right here? That's probably it right there. I'm not positive, but it could be this whole thing right here. See how it is right here? There's definitely a V somewhere right in here cut. All right. And I didn't I didn't look at that before I made the video. This is all new to me too. Right here, this is all new to me. I haven't looked at this yet. Too much. Just once right before I started making the video. Look at that. It is that cut that goes all the way down like this. This whole V. Right? So I can see that in there. That probably means this was still North America and Canada were here when this one hit. They weren't up there. Now I don't know what maybe the eastern coast was, because we can't really tell what was there. See, this is another impact right here. Look at that. Look at the shape over. This is how a pattern I've noticed is two side-by-side impacts. Now this is, if you look at this in North America, this is an impact right here of the moon itself too. Right here. And we're going to go to that one next. I guess we'll just go to that one right now. Skip ahead a little bit. Just make the video shorter. All right. Number 5. Oh, maybe it wasn't number 5. Okay. Well, number 5 anyway is a good one to look at over North America because and South America. So let me just turn off all these other ones here. That's all we need to turn off. Okay. So over South America or North America, we can see it was there. Down here we see this V. Right there, look. See this that comes up like, you can see all this is all here in North America, every bit of it. See this right here, this is like the Colorado Rockies right here. It might need to be down just a little bit. It might be tiny bit out of, no, it looks pretty good actually. Salt Lake right here, with this, you see like this point come up. But you definitely see this curve. Look at this curve right here. See the point and the curve? Look. There's no doubt that goes there. I mean, the moon has hit the Earth. I know it sucks, but you know, you can't really get around it. Once you start looking, you're going to start finding. That's all I can say. If you start to look, you're going to find. That's all I can say right there. Look at the western half of the United States. Look at that shape. Look at that shape. Then we'll go down here to Mexico. Look at these mountains right here, or these craters or whatever. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So, something to it all. The Earth is a big giant puzzle, and so is the moon. The moon's a big piece of it. The moon is a big piece of the Earth's puzzle, for sure. There's no way that you can go on with the history we have and have it be correct. Without the moon hitting the Earth, all the geologic history of the Earth is incorrect. Okay, it's got to be. I mean, at least there's a big hole in it. There's a lot missing from it. There's some things that are probably correct that happened without the moon hitting the Earth, but they wouldn't have happened if the moon hadn't hit the Earth in the past. Okay, basically that's my way of looking at it. If the moon had never hit the Earth, we wouldn't have land to live on. There probably wouldn't be oceans on the Earth. There probably would be nothing but another moon, probably. Who knows? Who knows? But the moon is basically destroyed life on Earth, and it's basically brought, you know, life to Earth, the land that we live on. It's shaped every single continent we live on, and you can see right there how. There's all of North America fitting right in there. A big giant crater on the moon. The moon is bigger than they tell us, people. Look at that. Every time I show you, it's big. Okay, every time I show you, it's about the same size crater. We're on the third one now. This is number 5, but we're on the third one now. Third crater, the same crater, third time. 3 different places that it fits. With the supercontinent being built. Here it is with Africa. Here it is with Africa. Let's put Africa in there. Okay, Africa with that same continent or same impact crater. See that? All right, you see that? Look at this down here. Hold on. Okay. There's definitely something to it all. This is like a common sense way of looking at science. Because science, you can't trust science because once they discover something new, they can't really tell you, because if they have to say they're wrong, that's not going to happen. They're not going to say they're wrong. That's all there is to it. They will not admit to being wrong. All the stuff that they've taught and told everybody in the past would be all incorrect, and there's no way they would make them put themselves in that position to be wrong. So they just withhold all kinds of it due to greed, due to their careers, whatever. Who knows? I can think of a bunch of reasons, but the reasons don't really matter. The fact is that now we can take a look at this and we can know a thing or two about the truth if you wanted to. I mean, most people, like I said, will not want to. You know what I mean? So there that is with North America, South America, Africa, and let me put Asia in there, because this is a good one for Asia. It has to be in there. Turn these off, put Asia back in there, because that's Siberia. Bring that back up over the top. That is the Siberia impact, as we can see. Siberia, 100 million year eruption. It's just, you can see it. Look at the big circle. Look at the big circle right there, people. That's a big giant circle. That's Siberia. That whole circle is bigger than the United States, supposedly. Okay, more land than the United States. 50,000 times more lava than Hawaii, the Hawaiian island. And take a look at the crater. Damn, look at that. Look at the land. Look at it. So that one hits all of the continents as well. North America, Africa, Asia, and South America. When they were all together as a supercontinent. So that's 3 impacts with them all together so far. And they were all together this way. So we know that the supercontinent was this way at one time, because it fits every one. These are all the same. I'm not using any different North Americas. They're all the same North America. They're all the same China or Asia, they're all the same Africa that I'm using. I'm not using different ones that are moved in different places. They're all set in place. I'm using the same ones. I'm just using different craters. The impact craters are different each time I put this supercontinent back together. But the continents all stay in the same place, each one I show you. And they're all reversed. The moon's all reversed over the Earth. So I mean, all these craters are reversed. So they have to be. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. Look at that right there. See all those mountains and whatever in a circle that fit right in the borders right there. Look at that. Look at the borders. Look at this. All right down here. Look at that. It's amazing. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. Next one. Let's see. I'll just do. Let's kind of skip around. I'm not going to do 4, or maybe I will do 4. Oh, 4 is way up there in the Atlantic. That one shows different things. You have to. It's on the edge of the land up here. I can see it, but it'd be hard for anybody else to see. Okay, so this is hard for other people to see too. Just because they can't get past the part that they've been lied to about all the moon and everything all this time. That it's impossible for the moon to hit the Earth because of this and because of that, and that the moon would be a different size than we're told. I mean, come on. You're seeing that it fits every time I put it on the Earth, and it's always the same size. Always. That crater on the moon is about 600 miles from, or if you go from the outer rings, it's about 800 miles across, something like that. Maybe not even that. So it's I just use the scale 3 times the size we're told, because if it's 2,100 miles, it's 6,000. The moon is 6,300 miles. Okay, so that's what I go by, because that's what it comes out to every time I measure. Every time I've measured from a crater, in between a crater and a crater, that's what happens. What's this one? Oh yeah, USGS. This is a USGS one of Mare Oriental I used to use, and look at it fit. Look at how it fits. It's hard to see because it's so bright, but this is that crater, and look how I have it set over North America, or over all this land. Look at this. Look how good it fits. And look how good that fits. So it has to be the size I'm saying. You can see how that fits right over the land perfectly. Look at that. Boom. That's the first impact we started out with, the first crater. Let me bring that up again right over the top of this. Okay. Look at that. It fits right in with it. It just looks different, it looks different a little bit, but you can see all this. Look at this right here. You see it's right. So look at that. That just shows you that the size we're told is incorrect. That crater has to be at least 2,000 miles at least. Just take 100 miles off it if you want, or 200 miles, or even 130. Just take 130 miles off, make it 2,000 miles, and you're going to be pretty close to the right size, because look how it fits in the borders. I mean, it might be a little bit smaller on the moon, but I kind of doubt it. I mean, you can see, kind of doubt it. And I'm not only working with this crater. I'm just showing this one because this is the most important crater on the moon. It's the most important crater to the Earth, as it created all the shapes of the land that we live on. Bottom line, and this one is why I say it looks like the Mayan calendar, because this does look like the Mayan calendar. But look at that fit. Look at that fit. Right in the center, South America. Let me just fade it in and out. This is an old map too, from the 70s, or like 81 or something maybe. But look at that. I know it's bright, but look at that. Come on. Look how this comes down to a point like this. Look at that. Oh man, it's so beautiful. And when I used to use this crater at first, sometimes I would use it as this size, because I found places in Africa where it fits that size, and I was so I couldn't figure out whether I was confused, because I was trying to go by the size they say the moon is. I was trying to go by that size, so I kind of just rejected that one and brought it, and then I started doing it all down to the scale that they say the size of the moon is, and it seemed like I had it fitting in places, but I think I was just fooling myself when I was doing that, because I mean, since I got this crater, this one I enlarged since I started doing it to my size, the size I find on the Earth, and I just lined this one up the other day, this one right here, to the size of that crater, and then it fits perfect. I mean, there's no doubt. I have no doubt in my mind that goes there now, because it fits so perfectly that it's unquestionable, or undeniable. It is. The other ones, they just didn't seem right. But I just knew that it went there somewhere. But this one is absolutely right on the money. Look at that. All through the whole picture. Okay, so that's confirms that one. Let's turn off China. Or let me just leave China on. I'll turn on. You know what? I think I'm going to make a part 2 for this video in case nobody's interested in it. Then if I title it Planet X, people will love it, right? All right. Have a good day.